to be? What's a cup of tea? What's mushy pea? What's the biggie thing? What's all this then?
Well, hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of What's All This Then? It's a podcast about the UK with new episodes every Monday and bonus episodes every Thursday. And today on the show... This isn't just any podcast episode. This podcast is hosted by two transatlantic women and features a Tennessee-born guest with a mature sense of humor. It's recorded using the latest and leading StreamYard technology. Also, the whole podcast is just covered in cream. Like the whole thing is just dripping with delicious, indulgent, rich, creamy cream. And the podcast has an oozy, gooey, decadent, chocolatey, creamy center. There's so much cream on and in everything right now, guys. It's crazy. I won't even bother counting down because I know it's too late for that. I'm Charlotte McDonald, and I'm joined as always by my wonderful co-host. It's Libby Watson.
Hi there.
Hi. How you doing?
I'm fine.
You're fine?
I'm absolutely fine. I am thinking about how when you said to transatlantic, I feel like you did just put just a little bit of a microsecond pause between trans and Atlantic.
Yeah, well, I mean...
You're transatlantic.
I didn't do that consciously, but it makes sense that I would do that. Do you remember those star guys in Super Mario Galaxy, and you would feed them a bunch of star bits and then they would transform into like a planet? You don't remember that?
No, I didn't play it.
Because they would always they would say trans form every single time.
That is really nice. But the video viewers are probably wondering what is going on. She's not in her normal space.
She's not. I mean, the audio listeners might be thinking, she sounds like she's in a room today as well. Slightly different microphone setup. I will admit, I did take out the bit of my intro that said that this podcast is recorded on big, high-quality microphones.
No, not this time,
I had to remove that. We got one of those this time.
Yeah.
You know? Where in the world is Libby Watson right now?
Sorry, I really need to burp.
Oh, okay. No, take your time.
I'm in a place that makes you burp.
Okay.
I'm in Vancouver in Canada, which is where Charlotte lives, but not exactly.
No, it's the country that I live in, but it's on the wrong side, so I'm not there. Do they have like sparkling water on tap? Is that why you're really burpy?
We don't need to go into it.
No, I'd love to. I would love to dig into why Libby's burpy.
Sipping a coffee. Could be the coffee. Could be. Look, Stefan made me the coffee, so maybe he's done something to it. Make burp.
Not the coffee. We know it's not the coffee.
What do you think it is?
It's your anxiety.
Yeah.
Does anxiety make you burp? Because I burp a lot and I'm very anxious. So
I burp a lot and I'm very anxious.
Okay. Jesse?
I'm totally fine.
All right. Well, lovely. Let me introduce today's totally fine guest. And this is exciting because he was the first ever guest on What's All This Then, and he's back. You can find him on his podcast, Your Kickstarter Sucks, and on Twitch as one half of the Go Off Kings. In 2026, he was voted most talked about guy on this podcast. It's Jesse Farrar.
Oh my God.
We don't know if you're still listening to What's All This Then, Jesse, but we do. You come up a lot.
We do talk about you a lot.
That makes me very uncomfortable, yeah. But, I'll just burp through it and I'll go on to the next episode. It's not a big deal.
God, that Diet Pepsi looks really fucking good.
You want it?
I don't want yours. I'm just thinking about...
You're thinking about how to sustain your burps through the show?
I gotta keep this burping bit going, guys,
That's all I've got. I've got nothing in the tank today. Nothing.
Sounds like there's a lot in your tank, actually.
Yes, mostly gas.
Yes, gas.
Gas. I've got gas in my tank and I'm not talking about petrol.
Don't you call, do you guys call something else gas? When you put it in soda, don't you call that gas? There's not enough gas in the soda?
Charlotte, help.
No, that is
that?
a European
thing.
that
sounds Euro, yeah. Okay. We call it fizzy water.
That's embarrassing. That's borderline Australian with how embarrassing that is.
That is very Australian, isn't it?
Yeah. We have fizzy drinks.
Water.
Fizzy lifting drinks, of course, as we all know.
Yes.
You guys haven't done that one yet, have you?
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Yeah.
No.
We could theoretically do it, though.
We could do it. I don't know if I want to get into the Roald Dahl of it all, you know?
Yeah, and here's the thing, is if we start doing books, we have to start reading books.
That is true. I mean, though, to be fair, we did Donkey Kong Country last week, and I didn't play the game. Well, I played a little bit, but I didn't
I
finish
thought you were going to
it.
say, to be fair, it was a book.
I
read the book.
Country.
I love the Donkey Kong Country books, but didn't play the
I'm
game.
a Sparks Notes guy. I just get the gist of it.
Yeah.
For me.
I got about a third of the way into the Donkey Kong Country book, but then Candy died, and I was like, fuck this.
What's the point?
What's the fucking point? How am I going to jack off now?
It is it's a good Doughboys idea to do doll and doll. Where you
Doll and doll.
Yeah.
Okay, but that doesn't work in our accent.
Doll and doll.
Wait,
Doll and doll.
doll. Which one are you saying?
Doll is the thing you play with as a little girl, and only as a girl. And doll is the bloke who wrote Charlie and the
But what
Chocolate
about
Factory.
the food?
I was thinking about the food.
Yeah.
Oh, dal as in lentil dal?
Yeah.
That's dal.
Doll and doll.
I thought you were saying doll because of your funny voice.
Okay. Can I make some adjustments real quick? Is this okay? Jesse, you're kind of like hunched over right
This is how
now,
I sit,
I
yeah.
think.
That's
And
fine.
as a result, your microphone is sort of like, the gravity is sending your microphone sort of like down and away from your mouth.
What Charlotte's
Okay.
doing right now is so fucked up.
Yeah. I didn't realize quite how hunched over you were until you leaned back in your chair. It was kind of crazy,
I have a posture
actually.
problem.
I have a posture
Yeah.
problem too. Yeah, we're fucking gamers and bloggers, you know?
Is it the chairs? Because
No.
I feel like Stefan has not given you the gamer chair.
They're not helping, but yeah.
I mean, you could switch to the gamer chair if you'd rather.
No, it's too much hassle to pull it through his tiny hallway.
His tiny hallway.
Hallway.
Oh yeah, give us the gossip on Stefan's apartment, which you are
Gorgeous.
both in right now.
It's a lovely place.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This sounds like a backhanded compliment. It's not. But I thought just a minute ago when I had lost my bag, I found it in like 5 seconds because there's only so many places it can be.
Okay. This is Tennessee, rest of America privilege talking right now.
If I lose something in my house, it's gone.
It's-
There's no hope of it ever returning. So
And Stefan lives in this crazy thing. It's like he lives in like a room in like a big building as well that has lots of other rooms that he's not allowed in for some reason.
that's
And
right.
Yeah, it's nutso.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think it's pretty cool. I like elevators. I think that's a lot of fun. Is that not
What's your
fun?
favorite kind of elevator?
ThyssenKrupp makes a wonderful one. I really the putting the key on the sensor is a bit hit or miss for me.
Yeah, the key on the sensor is tough. I think we should go back to when there was a bloke in the lift who had to say.
Do you swallow a burp?
What I experienced was anxiety in my brain.
Understood.
It was just like, hey, by the way, Libby, you don't know.
Right.
Hey, just so you know, you're not able to think of the word. That was what my brain was doing. It wasn't saying, here's the word. It was saying, oh, you're fucking up.
Got nothing for you.
No, honey,
Yeah.
you don't remember the word. The word I'm looking for is lift man, who puts puts you up to the floor.
Are they also bellhops?
I don't know. I stayed in a hotel once in DC that had an elevator that had to be operated by a man, but he was just the lift man.
Not a woman. Women can't figure it out.
Well, I don't know. You know, it's so crazy.
This is my period.
You think it's your period when you go on the elevator?
I get in the lift and I think, what's this? This is
Maybe the Shining elevator.
Yeah, this is what it's like every damn month. Jesse, are there any? Because Stefan's not in the room.
Right.
Are there any kind of like, I'm Jesse Farrar, I know everything about contracting things that you think about Stefan's place that you would improve? I did notice that you were pressing on his wall a minute ago in a sort of
Really?
in a sort of can't believe they got away with that kind of way.
Hang on. This is a wireless microphone. I may be able to pick it up.
Do it, yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Do you hear that?
I don't know
I do hear a man sort of knocking against a wall
So
on
I'm
my
not
podcast
knocking.
He's
right
not
now.
knocking.
No?
He's not knocking.
I'm
No?
pressing.
Yeah, and
You're
it goes in.
pressing? Okay,
Not
well, I
what
guess
walls should
I
do.
hear like something, I don't know, like sort of the same kind of movement that you get when you like press a button almost.
Absolutely. His wall is very button-like. So there's something, whether it's the drywall seam that didn't get fully taped, or I don't know. I can't imagine that they would go like over spec, like, you want to go every 8, and probably it's closer than this because this is probably a steel framed building, which is why you have that resonant sound instead of like a dull thud that you would have on a stick framed house. So I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on there, but I wish him all the best, obviously.
Okay, that's one of the most annoying bits of advice that I feel like when we moved to our apartment and I started actually hanging stuff on the walls that I read online. It's like, you don't need a stud finder, just knock on the wall. Fuck off. I'm not Superman. I can't tell the difference between the stud sound and the not stud sound reliably. I'll just
one
get
of his
myself
famous
a thing.
powers, Superman's famous powers.
He was really good at
I guess he
building
had
houses.
X-ray vision, so that he could do that. Thinking about it.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
He'd be so handy. Lois would be like, "Hey, Superman, can you help me find the stud? I don't want to have to get out the thing. Don't make me use my X-ray vision for this."
Every single time you say, "I'm right here, baby."
Mm-hmm.
Would he put the stud finder on himself, or does he maybe have is it like kryptonite to him maybe because it's like a light. It's a light. The light's good for him, right? Depending on which one.
Light's good for him. I'm really trying to.
We didn't have Superman growing up.
We didn't have Superman in the UK. No.
It was banned.
You had Winston Churchill, of course.
Yes.
Super Winston. Yeah, I had a Super Winston doll growing up.
That's right. Okay, so we were hoping, Jesse, to get you on for episode 50 because we were like, you were on for the first episode, and we were like, oh, that would sort of complete it. But obviously, with you two in person together right now, which was so worth doing because of how wonderful the audio is with both of you in the same room.
Fine.
Okay, so to go back to what I was trying to say a second ago, you're on for our first episode. I assume you've listened to at least some episodes of the podcast since then.
I love the show.
You love the show? Okay,
I love the show.
That's nice. Thank you very much for saying you love the show.
I do.
But in my head, I was like, okay, for episode 50, we'll have Jesse back on, and then it's time to do the What's All This Then audit. Because I feel like, as well, when we had you on the first time, we were like, oh, do we know how to do a podcast yet? And you were being very supportive. How do you think it's going? What do you like? What could we improve on? How loud the intro is, obviously. Anything else?
You got to fix the bloody levels, mate. Are you okay? You are straight up goofy with it right now. What is going on?
I always jiggle this much.
You're very jiggly.
Yeah, no, this is regular jiggling. It's probably 10% anxious jiggling, but this is a normal amount of jiggling for me. Yeah.
Right on.
I need medication.
And this is the reason it's good to do the podcast recording in person as well, because you can feel the jiggle.
You can. I think the wall is making noises over here because of the jiggling a little bit.
You can really zero in on everything I'm doing wrong, not just from the waist up, but also from the waist down.
I'll try not to do that. I can sense I've made it worse. So I think you guys do an excellent job. I've told Libby that...
Oh, Stefan's coming in now, which is also nice. What's happening?
Come here.
What did Stefan say?
Listen to the wall. Over here.
Yeah.
He's mad about the wall.
It's like a bracket or something? What do you think?
It's a bracket?
I don't know, like a steel...
We're doing wall checks.
Yeah, it's a steel stud in there, but...
Yeah.
Your wall shouldn't flex. You should have more of a rigid... I mean, what is this, 1/4 inch sheetrock? It should be 3/4.
I don't know, let's whip your dick out.
Okay.
Amscray.
All
Stefan
right.
just said something really unpleasant that I'm not going to repeat.
Okay,
Not that
cool.
kind of show.
I had it a little bit. I'm hoping it doesn't come through for everybody, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, you were about to say something nice about our podcast, I think, Jesse.
I've told Libby many times that, of course, in some ways, YKS and the many podcasts before it have the first mover advantage of having existed for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And in some ways, that's good, right? But in other ways, like, for instance, the hundreds of episodes I consider unlistenable or at least horrifically embarrassing will never go away. Whereas for you all, you had the benefit of hindsight and becoming, mature people, secure in your own talent with lots of exposure already. And you knew what you were doing as soon as your feet hit the ground. And I think it sounds like a podcast that's been going on forever instead of, two drunk fat guys watching a movie instead of recording a show, which is, I think, 4 years of our content, So...
I don't think it's 4 years.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And we're going to go back to it very soon. But
Great. And also, Charlotte, can you write down Libby and Charlotte get drunk and watch a movie?
I would really like that, actually. I've been resistant to the idea of sort of getting drunk for content, you know, sort of historically,
Yeah.
you know? But then I also like barely drink these days,
Right.
except with friends. So it is nice to occasionally have the excuse to. What would we watch?
Porn.
Well, you
Okay.
guys watching porn would be fun.
That would be really, really good. Unfortunately,
Mhm.
that would be very good content if we had 2 martinis and watched like a British porno where they're like, "Ooh, fuck me fanny."
Oh, that is such a good idea.
I know.
That is good.
Pints
Can
and porn.
I'm having a flashback to, I did actually make a YouTube video once where I was watching porn and reacting to it.
Really?
Yeah, I did, and I never
my God.
posted it because of how crazy it was. But I saw out because everyone was doing their little reactions to Two Girls One Cup, and so
Oh
I
my
sought out the
God.
feature length version. Because that Two Girls One Cup is just it's very short. It's a very short
Yeah.
edit of an hour and a half of that
An
content.
hour and a half?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
That's too
The-
long.
And the original title, of course, is Hungry Bitches.
Well, that should be the name of you guys' spinoff.
Yeah, hungry bitches. If we do like a Doughboys thing.
If you do a Doughboys
Hungry
thing,
Yeah.
Bitches. Yeah.
you
Mm-hmm.
guys get together and cook a meal, and it's
Hungry bitches.
hungry bitches.
That's right.
Yeah.
But I for whatever reason I decided to at VidCon one year, the YouTube online video convention. Instead of doing a talk one year, I just played them my Hungry Bitches reaction on stage and never
really
uploaded it to YouTube. So that was just like just for them, a little
That's
treat.
really fun. I like that.
Wow, I feel like that's scarier to show it in person than to just dump it on YouTube and walk away from it.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's nice it got a laugh in the room, you
Yep.
know? And so that sort of fixes everything, is to actually hear the reactions, you
An
know?
intoxicating feeling.
I'd like to get a laugh one day, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What would you do for it?
To get a laugh, I'm going to shoot myself in the head.
That
Oh,
would be
I was
that
hoping
would be
more
shocking.
like do a big burp, because that's
Yeah.
your thing. You know?
I could
Do a really fun
probably
big
do that.
burp. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Well,
could
we've
work one
got
up.
a guy in the room who does really good big burps on his streams sometimes.
What?
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 In fact, I could probably press one of these buttons on Stefan's stream deck, and I bet it would play the burp.
He says none of them work anymore, which is great to
What
hear.
is wrong with his shit?
It's interesting the way that Stefan ostensibly makes his living. I mean, just full stop right there.
Mhm.
Yeah, well,
But,
yeah.
he is like the one guy in the group of us guys who does this type of stuff, but seems to have no proficiency or curiosity with computing in any way.
Right. It is surprising, a little peek behind the curtain to the listeners. It is surprising how long it took this particular setup to come together.
That was partly my fault.
No, I think it is sort of crazy that Stefan doesn't have the ability to plug 2 microphones into the computer, given his job. that's my thought on that.
I told him a couple weeks ago we need to sort this out. It's not a big deal, but
Yeah.
like for instance, I'll just tell you this for free. He opened up his Chrome window here, and you know
Porn.
how
It was all porn. It was porn wall to wall.
she started burping.
Mhm.
And you know how it has a little profile up there. It says J. First of all, it's the default one, not even changed. It just says J on it. Now Stefan's name starts with S. So I
Yeah.
thought that was quite queer. So I looked at it when he opened up the profiles page, and his default Chrome profile is Jesse Stinky, which is his alt on Twitch when he's like away and wants to jump in the chat and troll me, or he's doing some bit or whatever. That he's maybe done twice ever, and not in the last year, I think.
I want to defend him,
Okay.
which is really weird. I know, I'm sorry. I think,
Female tendencies.
yeah, I know, it's weak. It's really weak and pathetic. He did tell me to use this profile rather than the Go Off Kings profile. Probably
Why does he have a
because,
Stefan profile?
oh, yeah, that
Yeah,
is
that
weird.
is weird.
Why does he need the Go Off Kings one? He doesn't check the email. So why doesn't he just use Stefan and
Yeah.
log into his personal Gmail and Drive and all that? Like, what's his
I
life?
guess thinking about it, my Firefox profile is Libby, which is my name, rather than What's All or This Then,
Right.
which is how I would split it up if it was a name.
Yeah,
Mhm.
of course.
What's all this then?
Yeah, I have the Jesse profile, I have the YKS profile, I have the business profile, which is separate. Then we have our
The business profile?
our enterprise profiles, which is we pay for the Google Drive for enterprise. So I have Jesse at
Dinner's on you, eh?
yourkickstartersucks.com. Yeah, sure. And, that's a different email than that. And then there's the admin and the social media, all the different handles and stuff, like they're the different profiles.
Cool.
And he's just existing in this plane of like nothing. It's just, does he not use the computer? I don't know what he
It
does.
does sound like he doesn't use the computer.
Yeah.
Or at least
He's on
doesn't
Windows
use
10, I'll tell you
Chrome for
that.
himself.
Is he on 10 still?
He's on Windows 10.
Okay, but I'm on Windows 10.
Yeah, but you made a choice.
Well,
Right.
That's
yeah.
different.
I think
Okay.
it's a situation where he said something like, I don't think my computer can upgrade to Windows 11, which sounds not
It doesn't know
true.
how?
Look,
I think he thinks it's too bad to be on Windows 11, but also you shouldn't be on Windows 11 because Windows 11 bad because of
I-
AI or whatever.
I love Stefan.
God.
I love Stefan.
There are gaps
I love
in his
Stefan.
knowledge, and that's that's just like anyone else. We were in the car earlier, and I was asking him. I was asking him about the specifics of Canadian bank accounts, and because I was talking to Dan about this, producer Dan, and he was saying that he has an account which will accept Canadian currency and U.S. currency.
Oh, cool.
And I said, "Oh, that's interesting," and that makes sense. There's a lot of cross-border business, and the banks
Yeah.
are international and stuff like that. So that makes sense. So then I asked Stefan in the car, I was like, Stefan, how come we have to do this whole rigmarole where I like pay you through PayPal and there's like a currency transfer and all this other kind of stuff? Couldn't I just ACH you into the American part of your Canadian bank account? And he was like, oh, I don't know. I don't know if I have that. I'm not sure. And I was like, I'm saying this to you now as soon as I was aware of it.
8 years in, yeah.
And you have not even thought about it for 1 second.
Yeah, well, the money just comes to him. So.
I know. He
If
has
you get in the money,
tree
you
out
get in the
there.
money. No.
But it's just like, wouldn't it make more sense to investigate? Like, because what if PayPal's weird one day? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't think a tech company would ever make a random,
probably-
capricious, and arbitrary decision that interferes with people's livelihoods.
you're probably
Mhm.
right.
I agree
Yeah.
wholeheartedly. I think the guy who runs PayPal is great. Shall we do British Thought?
Please.
All right. Let's stop talking about
Oh
Bank
no,
accounts.
I'm sorry, Stefan. Stefan says you guys need to be nicer to me on the episode. Let's say some stuff about why Stefan's good now. I
Okay.
think Stefan is really, really, really funny, and he made us some really nice pizza the other night.
Jesse.
I'll think of something later.
All right.
Tea's quite nice. What happened to Noel Edmonds? Eastenders. Bloody raining again. How do they make Scotch eggs? Did they finish Brexit or what?
British Thought of the Week.
That's right. It's time for British Thought of the Week, and my thought, of course, is that Stefan is. I mean, he's just really funny, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
That's my British thought. He's a really funny guy.
He's such a funny guy, and he's so talented. And
Mm-hmm.
yet, in person, he doesn't have the ego that you would expect from someone with that kind of skill set. And that's
Mm-hmm.
what's so refreshing. Not just being his business partner and collaborator, but also being his friend.
So you see, that's nice.
Do you think?
It's all fucking fake. It's all fucking fake.
That's nice.
Do you
It
think
did. You were like
my-
looking at your phone during the theme, and I was like, "Are you like looking up like nice things to say about your friend?"
Stefan Facts 2026.
Asking ChatGPT real quick.
Oh, he's the one I do the stream with. Oh, okay. cool. Now today's British thought. This is okay because you're on for our first episode. One of the things we hadn't figured out about the podcast yet was British thought of the week. I don't think we actually ever did one
No, he
with
didn't.
you.
He hasn't done one.
So you're going to
think
get
we'll do.
one for the first time. And then I was thinking, oh, there is one British thought that I suggested to Libby before we'd really figured out what the podcast was as an example of like what one could be. So this was my first British thought that I had. So that felt appropriate to do. The other thing about this is that I was also thinking about the fact that it would be nice eventually to cover everything that it is in the theme song. And this might be as close as we're going to get to EastEnders.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
And it's also kind of tea's quite nice.
It is tea's quite nice as well. Yes.
2 for 1, mate. Call that a
Exactly.
meal deal.
Bloody meal deal. That's right.
You remember meal deals?
I remember
You
it.
remember meal
Yeah,
deals?
we
On your
talked about
episode,
that
mate.
when you were on
I'm
as
quite
well. That's
fond
so
of
nice you remembered that.
Thinking
Okay,
about meals.
today's British thought of the week. What happens to the UK's power grid after an episode of EastEnders? EastEnders. Any guesses, Jesse? And it's something to do with tea.
Oh, so people must go straight to the hob to retrieve some tea?
Now, I would like, yes, you are gesturing in the right direction. We do not generally use the hob to make tea. We use electric kettles.
Okay, but you don't get to use the beautiful ornamental kettles, really.
No, we don't give a shit about that.
No, we really don't care about those things.
No,
Is
no.
that your water boiling utensil of choice? Is the hob kettle?
I would say that the times that I would need to boil water only have been so few and far between in my life that I don't know that I developed a particular affinity for any of them. I would
understand.
probably have used the stovetop at one time or another. I probably also, I bet when I first got started, I was doing some microwave stuff in the Pyrex measuring cup. But I
Hurts
do,
to hear, but go on.
I do now have an electric kettle.
Yeah.
nice.
You used it on YKS. You had ramen.
Wow, that is mined like a steel trap. That is
Super
true.
fan alert.
So that same, I think it's Ovente is the brand name, and it's a red kettle, and it has some plastic around it, which is unfortunate because the first time I used it, I dropped it down my basement stairs when I was getting the ramen for me and DB in that episode, and there was a small chip on it always. And then just recently, my kids have been making macaroni and cheese. They've been making their own cup noodle and stuff like that now. And finally, the little red chip has flaked completely off.
Oh, no.
Oh,
And I said it may be
no.
time for an electric kettle upgrade. So I'll come to you.
Yes, please come to me.
with you when I have a need for a new kettle.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, I have a Zwilling one.
they
which
make knives.
Yeah, they do knives, and they also make this. It's like a stainless steel kettle. It's because I am boiling water like 3 or 4 times a day usually.
Wow.
It's got to be the nicest thing in my home. And then when I moved to Canada originally, I think my partner at the time made a short film, and they had a stovetop kettle in that we took the prop of it, and then I used that for like 2 years.
Wow.
So I lived the stovetop kettle life for a long time
Awful.
until I moved into my own place, and I was like, now I get to do things my way, which is spend hundreds of dollars on the kettle where you can press a button and it will do different temperatures and all of that stuff. It's so nice.
That's cool.
Okay. This will please you as a, guy that you are. In the UK, we have different power voltage for outlets, so kettles can boil so fucking fast.
Right.
Yes.
Whereas here, not very fast. Have to wait for your tea.
Our electric kettles, I mean, I'm sure they're put to shame by
Yes.
your, whatever it is, 210 or whatever you got over there. But I will say they're pretty fast. I mean, they're fast enough for me. What is it, like 2 minutes, 3 minutes for...
Too long, mate.
It's I mean, this is one of the heartbreaking realities for me when I moved to Canada, and I had the first one we had was like a really cheap, shitty electric kettle that we got from a friend.
Oh, they take so long.
And I was like, why is this taking forever to boil the water? And Libby's right. It is like a voltage thing. I mean, this is all relevant to the British thought. 230 volts in the UK, 120 volts in the US. I mean, that's kind of pathetic for you guys, right?
It's weird. You'd think you'd want more volts.
I don't know if the volts scale linearly or exponentially or
No
whatever.
fucking
Is it
idea.
like logarithmically, like the earthquake scale? I have no idea. Electricity is very scary to me, so I don't know very much about it.
Yeah,
And-
no,
yeah.
it's none of my business.
This has made preparing this British thought really difficult as well, because there's like 3 different ways that they like came up of ways to measure electricity.
Oh, what's your name?
And that's way too many for me. I can only keep 2 things in my mind at a time. The thing we're talking about is TV pickup. So this is a uniquely British thing where what will happen is after, it's usually like a big sports game or like a big episode of soap opera like EastEnders. Everybody's watching the television. We're all going, hey, yeah, who did shoot Phil Mitchell? Who's it going to be? And then the episode ends. We hear the doom, 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 and everybody goes and makes themselves a cup of tea. And what happens in the UK is that they have people dedicated to knowing when everybody is going to be making their tea at the same time to compensate for the enormous surge in electricity that it causes.
We're so stupid.
That's staggering.
It is. I mean, honestly, I was surprised that this was like the fact that it's tea. It's obviously it's not just kettles. Toilets is another big one for this as well.
Do you have an electric toilet?
Well, it does. There is electricity involved at some point in the process of pumping the water and such, right?
Okay, yeah, that probably makes sense.
Probably somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Another thing I don't know.
I have to imagine, since it came up in the research, that they were talking about toilets.
They should have explained that.
Yes.
I noticed something, speaking of electricity and toilets, I noticed something at the Canucks game we went to last night.
Not me.
Present company excluded.
No, I was sicky.
Libby had migraine.
We had a fun time, nevertheless, but we missed our friend Libby. And we there was a point where I did go to the bathroom at the arena, so I'll cop to that.
Mm-hmm.
And I went and used a urinal. And what was interesting about that to me is that instead of having the present sensor or the manual flush, the entire row of 30-some urinals.
Yeah. Thank you for saying it our way. I really like that.
They all flushed at the same time. So they're on a timer. So while I was using it, it flushed. Now, didn't disrupt me. I'm there just to do my thing, you know?
Right.
But it was still odd. I was like, this is the most efficient way to do it. Even when, like, the game is on, like, you're still doing this intermittent flushing thing. It just seems weird.
Yeah. They've got to have some sensors involved in there somewhere, right? To know that someone's walked past at some point, you know?
I guess, yeah, like the lights in a grocery store, which, of course, is today's topic.
Yes, we will be talking about Marks and Spencer just a little bit later.
Such a fucking pro.
Thank you for that transition to something that we're not talking about yet. That's so cool and helpful. But what we need to do right now is I found this clip. It's from an older TV show called Britain from Above. And this is, I forget the name of this guy. I think it explains it in the clip, but he's in charge of making sure that he can deliver all of the necessary power to the people of Britain at the exact moment they need it, in accordance with when Eastenders is going to end. So let's have a little bit of a look at this.
At the National Grid Control Centre, National Balancing Engineer Simon Jeffcoat's on duty. But Simon is bracing himself for the most difficult moment of his day by watching Eastenders.
Oh, she's fucking burned it.
We're expecting a pickup of around about 3 gigawatts, which is 3,000 million watts, or equivalent to 1.5 to 1.75 million kettles going on.
Just real quick, because every single clip I found of these guys talking about TV pickup, they are obsessed with talking about the kettles. I feel like the kettle thing must be, to a certain extent, a myth. Like, in at least that it's probably not, like, just kettles, but they measure everything in kettles for whatever reason.
Oh, that's so nice.
It is nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, let's keep watching.
So we expect the demand to pick up over a period of about 5
God, he's
minutes.
so serious about it. I adore it.
Simon is slave to this flickering frequency indicator, which he has to keep as close as possible to 50 hertz. And he has to judge his timing perfectly,
This is a damn video
even
game.
if the BBC isn't quite working to schedule.
This looks like a lockpick minigame.
Yeah.
We've been notified
suck at that.
a time
So
for
bad.
the end of the programme, and it hasn't actually finished at that time.
Which means? You know the song.
We all know the song.
Oh, we know this well. So for the listeners, the minute that the theme song comes in, he jumps into action. Is like, now it's time to deliver power.
Starts pressing buttons like he's playing a big church organ or something.
He does this whole thing where he's like, we have like enough sort of like power sources, except some. So I've got to make sure that the French link up is like connected because we're getting some power
sorry?
from France here.
We're getting power power from the bloody frogs.
We're getting power from
Bloody
France
hell.
to compensate for EastEnders.
I thought that's what Brexit was about.
That's the other question you have.
Did we
to
finish
answer.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently not.
Apparently.
Yes.
Apparently not.
Who's to say? The thing that I find most fascinating about this whole thing is that they have these pumped storage reservoirs that are designed not just for the kettles and for EastEnders, but are sort of like perfectly set up for that, where they basically have these enormous like lakes of water where they will open a valve and in like 12 seconds create like 1,000 megawatts of power just to compensate for everybody turning on their kettles.
Wow.
So that is the way that the UK's power system is actually working.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
In your research, and it's okay if the answer is no, did you find out if there are other programs that lead to this, or is it just EastEnders?
There are lots of different programs. It is often soaps. Like the biggest one that ever happened was in 1990, and that was England
When I was
versus
born.
West Germany, the FIFA
right.
World Cup semi-finals, when it got to penalty shootouts. So
Wow.
everybody waiting, and then
Okay, I really like that.
yeah, immediately afterwards being like, now it's time to. I feel like that one is probably more toilets than it is kettles, honestly.
That would make me piss for sure.
So it hasn't been happening as much in recent years, I guess,
you're
because people,
jiggling
due to the rise in on-demand streaming
same shit, bro.
and such. What I'm trying to do my British
Sorry,
thought.
I'm sorry.
What do you guys?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Mum.
No, go
Sorry,
ahead.
No, it's
Do you
just
have something to say?
he was jiggling too,
All right.
and he dobbed me in for jiggling.
I was doing less jiggling and she started it.
I'm gonna cross my leggies.
Me too.
All right. So, because now I do feel like teaching. So what was the biggest power surge as a result of TV pickup? Jesse?
Oh, miss! Fuck! Oh, miss!
No, Libby, you're always answering. Give Jesse a chance.
Can I go to the bathroom?
No,
what
that's
people
the
were
whole
asking.
problem,
Yeah,
Jesse.
yeah.
That's the whole problem.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen as much because everyone's watching Netflix and shit. So the one of the most recent ones, which is about like less than half as much as significantly less than the England versus West Germany FIFA World Cup semi-final penalty shootout, which was the correct answer, Jesse. But that's fine. 2020, it was Clap for Our Carers. That came in with 950 megawatts. So that was a big one.
While I was clapping for carers, that bloke was doing the game with the wiggly lines.
He's doing his game. Anything on a
And he
computer
was-
is a game to Libby, I think.
Yeah, and he was sucking off the neighbor as well. He was sucking
Mm-hmm.
off the neighbor while I was clapping for carers.
Probably some of that owes to an improved, efficient grid, right? Like the infrastructure has, in the decades since that video was filmed, it's probably become a little bit
Probably all AI now, isn't
easier
it?
to. Yeah, it's probably AI for one, but
yeah.
to store energy and then to release it more quickly, it's probably improved over time.
You would think so, but every video that I've watched of like that guy, the technology seems to look exactly of that location.
Yeah.
It looks exactly the same every single time. They got the same little map up of the UK, like all of the power connections. So I don't know. You would think that they might be improving stuff, but yeah, it doesn't seem like
It kinda
at least from what I've seen.
Just that setup he had kind of reminded me of Sector 7G a little bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's he talking about? I don't even know.
A little Star Trek, maybe. I don't know.
That's Homer, right?
Yeah, it is Homer. Yeah, you got that right. Yeah, I know. I was no selling you. Yeah. Okay. Actually,
Libby loves The Simpsons.
I was wondering, Charlotte, what the American equivalent to all of us knowing the EastEnders theme is. It could be The Simpsons, or I think it could be the Monday Night Football. Dun 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 dun.
That's a fun
dun,
one.
dun, dun.
I feel like they almost remix it too much.
Yeah,
like,
true.
Sunday Night Football, I know they remix a ton.
Oh, maybe it's the Jeopardy. Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong,
It's
bing.
probably Bing Bong.
Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing. Yes, it's got to be that.
Bing bong, bing bong, bong.
I actually might say, as an indictment on
This podcast.
modern American
So I just did
society,
that.
I think I might even give the nod to The Price is Right over Jeopardy.
What's Price is Right?
Dun, 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 dun,
Oh yeah.
dun, dun, dun.
yeah. That one almost feels like a parody of that type of thing, which was maybe sort of like indicative of its how much I said indicative, and then I can think of a second smart word, but it's fine. It doesn't matter.
It's pure chugginess all the way down on The Price is Right.
Yeah, they suck.
Yeah.
Price is Right, not even funny to me.
You don't like it?
No,
It's
I don't
not
like
funny.
it. Oh,
It's
when
not
you guys
supposed to be
watch
a
it's
comedy,
great,
is it?
But that's
Yeah, what do you mean? What was the funny part about? What was the complaint?
well, but Family Feud. Well, no, Family Feud sucks too. Like the reason to watch a game show, especially an old one, is because it's funny to laugh at. Price is Right it's confusing to me. I don't know what game they're playing all the time. They're like,
Okay,
I don't understand the Price is Right rule thing. Like, why there's like game theory involved in it? You know, I just want to see.
Well, you when I was over at your Airbnb, and I walked in, what's the first thing you asked me? Pull up your pants. Okay, fine. Next question. What did
How
you
big
ask?
was it?
What did I ask?
You held out the receipt that you got from.
Oh, guess the price.
You asked me to guess the price,
Yeah.
and when I was close, you said, oh, "That was really close."
Yeah.
That has captured the fun of Price is Right.
That's the
Okay,
whole
yeah,
game.
but they made it too common. It should just be a guy holding a receipt for a bunch of stuff they bought at Safeway and saying, all right, how much do you think this was? I got some onions and this and that.
Sure, yeah.
None of all this. Oh, now you can spin
The
the fucking...
flashing lights and
Yeah,
everything,
yeah.
It is a genre of the game that is most fun to play at home with your friends, and it is
Yes.
weird that it's on the TV. Yeah. No, I think... I don't know. I think the Jeopardy theme is more like the equivalent of everyone knowing the countdown song. I think,
Yeah.
than it is like the
can't
same
wait
as
to do Countdown
EastEnders.
on the
Yeah,
show.
countdown is going to be a good one.
You know what else? Match of the day.
Match of the day. What a great idea for a podcast, Libby.
Do you like this?
I just think it's so. I feel buoyed by the idea that you guys will never run out of stupid shit to talk about.
We truly won't.
You know, it's just it's something that it's that existential crisis as podcasters we have.
Yeah.
It's like, can I really do this forever? Is anyone going to be interested in this?
Well, that's a different question.
Oh, right. But yeah, you know, I feel like there's no end to random tech slop and scams, and that makes me feel good. And I think for you guys, you know, people say the English have no culture, but I think you're.
Sorry?
I think I heard that somewhere in a book. But you guys, there's so many rich veins of English content for you to tap. I'm excited for you.
Thank you so much. Question
Thank
for
you.
you. Do you think about ever what happens if Kickstarter goes away?
I used to. I think now I think it doesn't actually matter what we do at all. So
No, it really doesn't.
I don't think. And it's the same. I try to, I'm trying to be kinder to myself these days. And well, thank you. Thanks. But as I've told our mutual friends, Nick and Mitch, I have encouraged them privately to stop eating fast food. Because they've mentioned, of course, if you listen to that show, you've heard them talk about how horrible it is.
Yes.
And obviously, as someone who's done it, you can attest to the fact that it feels really bad to do. Eating that food.
Wait, you're saying I've eaten fast food?
There's-
Do I look like I've eaten fast food, Jesse?
Come
takes a lot of work.
man.
I think that they should just give it up and stop
Yeah, I
doing that
agree.
and just sit around and talk because everyone loves them so much. So, in that sense, we're in the way that we have ripped off Doughboys for everything we've ever done. I feel like if they ever change from doing fast food, we too can stop talking about Kickstarter and just sit around. So,
Well, the thing is, when we had Nick on a couple of weeks ago to talk about Wimpy, I think after we were done recording, he was like, by the way, a lot of people don't want to bring me on for like fast food stuff because they think I'll be like sick of talking about it. But he was like, I actually really want to talk about it. And I think during that, I was like, yeah, man, this guy actually really loves talking about fast food. So I think they're just going to keep on doing it because of that at the end of the day.
yeah.
Anyway,
it's
let's,
funny sometimes. Have you ever talked to one of them and sometimes he'll be like eating some fast food and he'll be like, check this out. I'm like, bitch, that's work. you don't have to go to In-N-Out on the weekend. Crazy.
I feel
bastard.
a little bit like that anytime I get like fed like a British Instagram reel or something. I'm like, I've got to pay attention to this because it's now work for me,
Yeah, but the trick is to not let it sap that joy. You still have to love what you do, Charlotte.
Okay.
And
Well,
I think you do.
I think I do. I think I love TV pickup more than anyone.
Yeah, it's great.
That's really cool.
It's very cool. It does happen in reverse as well. Just as there was a drop, 1,000 megawatt drop following Diana's funeral, for whatever reason. There you
Wait,
go.
what?
Everyone being respectful?
Oh, I know
guess?
why. It's because everyone had plugged their Sibians in while the funeral was on.
Jesus Christ.
And then they unplugged them because they were like, I'm done with that now. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not allowed to say that. I'm not allowed to say everyone was wanking.
Yeah, she had kids.
Oh, come on. Let's not make that the real this week.
No.
Well, that was British Thought of the Week, and if you've got an idea for one, please send it to us. It's whatsallthispost@gmail.com if you want to get in touch. If you've had a British thought, because we need more. Oh, God, do we need more.
Do you have any British thoughts for us, Jesse, while we got you here?
Oh God. Well, I just want to say in general, as a boring white man, I would love more British thoughts about infrastructure in the UK. I think that's really, I think that is interesting, and it is something that is different from the US. So I think that's really cool. I mean, being here in Canada, I sort of marvel at the differences in infrastructure, and I think that's really interesting stuff. So the more you can touch on that, the better.
Next week on What's All This Then, British Thought, what is in a British wall?
Are the British walls bendy like apparently Canadian walls are?
Actually, maybe we should talk about the fucking mold in British walls, though.
We should.
That actually is a thing we should do. All right.
It's
we got to
crazy.
talk about our main topic.
Oh.
It's time to talk about our main topic today, which is Marks and Spencer.
Yeah.
Sorry, Libby. We gotta keep moving. We got a bloody podcast. I mean, it's so nice to just sit and chat. You
I know.
I'm sorry.
I can do it all day, and I often do.
We're always talking. Is the thing. We're talking about Marks and Spencer. What the hell is Marks and Spencer, Jesse? You know what Marks and Spencer is?
As a devoted listener of the show, of course, I know that Marks and Spencer is the most posh grocery store you can ever find yourself in. Similar to
Jesus fucking Christ. I just Tipp-X'd out all of the nice stuff that you said about the podcast earlier.
They don't have Tipp-X here, honey.
I didn't know what that meant.
No, they got white out.
White out. Come on, it's it.
Yeah,
Tipp-X.
the guy from the Monkees, his
Tipp-X.
mom invented it.
No way, really?
It was either that or sticky notes.
Fucking hate Nepo babies, dude.
I know.
Anyway,
Marks and Spencer is a nice grocery store.
Yes.
Maybe it's not the best to some people, but to me, I think it is. And I personally would probably go there and get vegetables.
mm-hmm.
I would get produce there. But then I would probably cross shop my meat, and of course my home goods. I would go somewhere else.
Oh, Jesse, I would love to spend a podcast length amount of time each week just talking to you about the grocery store.
Of course.
But unfortunately, some other motherfuckers are doing that. So I really want to know, and we will talk about Marks and Spencer's. Set a timer for a minute.
1 minute.
Let me talk to Jesse about. Do you do a lot of cross shopping?
So, I would be remiss not to mention my wife's role in stocking the home with everything that needs to be stocked.
Cool.
To the extent that I am at the grocery store now, it is more of a pleasure cruise situation.
You're cruising at the grocery store? You shouldn't do that. You're married.
You know what? I will say using the bathroom at the grocery store is pretty fun because it's almost no one's there.
But it's horrible.
Oh, no, it's nice.
The worst the worst bathroom I've ever been to was at the Ralph's in Malibu. It was unbelievable.
Really?
Yeah.
That's surprising.
Yeah.
I kind of like it because sometimes you have to go through the back door to find the bathroom.
Oh, it does feel like a
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, like a quest.
It's a James Bond thing for me.
All right, that's your minute.
Marks and Spencer's.
Well, you did get one thing wrong about Marks and Spencer, Jesse, which is perfectly understandable because it is included on our tier list of British supermarkets, but it is also a department store. It is the only one on the list that you could get home goods at as well.
Yeah.
So the food, go ahead.
Not
Libby.
true.
No?
Tesco and Sainsbury's now since
No, you're right.
since like 2005, you can also buy a kettle and a TV.
I would,
there, but it's not a department store.
It's the difference is that
Well,
those are supermarkets that have the home goods in them.
They're
Superstores, and
Yeah.
then you have Marks and Spencer, which is a department store that will often also have a supermarket, usually in the basement.
Yeah.
A lot of the time,
a lot of
and
the
then
time
you're
in
getting the
basement.
food there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Not in the Banbury one growing up, of course. Of
No.
course, now Marks and Spencer has since closed. Because, well, you just get older and older and things change. And everything falls apart and dies.
She finally stopped tapping her leg after she talked about her own mortality. I don't know if that says anything.
That's good. This is helpful for me in the future. I do want to give Jesse some context for my intro that I did up top, because I'm sure to you were just like, why is Charlotte being so sexy right now? I mean, maybe you were thinking,
I
it's
didn't
just
question it.
Yeah, it's just normal
I was
Charlotte.
along for the ride.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's nice. But I wanted to show an ad for because this was like, when I think of Marks and Spencer, one of the first things I think about is their it's not just food, it's M&S food.
Yes.
Because that was a big thing. Because I think they were doing food for a while, but then like in the 90s they really started to pick up, no, we're gonna do food, and this is gonna be some fancy ass food. Yep. And it's gonna be like slightly more expensive than what you guys are used to, but still it's achievable. I think is the thing that they often went for. This is a little insight into the Marks and Spencer chocolate pudding.
This is not just a pudding. This is a melt-in-the-middle Belgian chocolate pudding served with extra thick Channel Island cream. And 4 puddings are yours, absolutely free, when you spend £35 on food and drink at M&S until Saturday. This is not just food. This is M&S food.
Dude.
Yeah, a little bit of a Fleetwood Mac in there in the background.
What's the commercial that does this now? The Magnum ice cream?
Oh, we had that as well, didn't we, Charlotte? Magnum was also a jerking off food.
They have a lot of fun with Magnum.
And Galaxy, which is Dove in the
yes.
chocolate. And it was always...
well, Galaxy is women are going to jerk off after eating this, right?
Interesting.
Oh, it's like orgasmic, the pleasure you
yeah.
get.
It's women. It's women in silk sheets eating 2 squares of Galaxy chocolate perfectly, and then the implication is time to have a wank.
Who needs a man, honey?
Who needs a man when I've got 2 squares of Galaxy chocolate and no more, just in case any men are interested.
The Herbal Essences formula for sexifying a dull product.
I want to say that I think British television, in general and with ads as well, is more willing to be sort of, not exactly explicit, but like more knowingly sexy.
Yeah, you can show boobs on there.
You can show boob. A little, not in an advert, but in a telly.
I once watched a TV show which was all about, it was a competition between which guy could piss the longest.
Yeah.
And you would just see their dicks out of the urinals.
Well, and you watched, what's it called, Naked Attraction on Channel 4 on Rubbish Lads.
That is right. I really liked Naked Attraction. That is such an insane concept.
Yeah.
It's like they stand behind a board and they open up portions of the board, and it will be like, let's see your dick first.
Yeah.
And then you can decide who has the hottest dick, and you'll go through. I actually watched that.
It doesn't feel like it's necessarily out of character for us to have the JOI ad campaign.
You should watch that show. You really should watch that show. It's not to be nasty, but dick havers know the score on dicks, and it's like sometimes it's okay, but a lot of times it ain't worth looking at. So for them to try to, for those guys to have to split that difference there,
it's crazy.
It's just
it's completely insane.
I mean,
it always fascinated when people were talking about the length of their dick, because that is like, and saying it is a fixed number, because it is on a sliding scale.
Absolutely.
It is a spectrum.
Sliding in and out scale.
Exactly. That's
willing.
right.
Okay, Marks and Spencer's right.
Marks and Spencer. So
it is Marks and Spencer's, not Spencer.
Well, this is the thing. One of the things I wanted to talk about, because the store is called Marks and Spencer, and for my entire life up until today, and still not all the time today, I've called it Marks and Spencer's.
Yeah.
And that is just a thing that people in the UK didn't do.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I guess it just sort of sounds nicer.
It's a guy's name, or 2 guys' names, I guess.
Right.
Yes, exactly. Well,
So
you're
it feels
thinking
right.
it's their store.
Yeah, and Sainsbury's, but people also say Tesco's. I'm going down Tesco's.
Going down Tesco's, going to Marks and Spencer. Go to Marks and Spencer's, go to Marks and Sparks.
Marks and Sparks and M&S, yeah.
Yes, and M&S, yeah, no, for sure. I found one video because I was just looking for people talking about Marks and Spencer.
I did the same thing
online, and I wanted to show. I wonder if we found the same guy, Libby, because I feel like this guy, his name's Sim Lewis. He just made a video and he was just in his car talking about how he's become a Marks and Spencer's man.
All right.
And I do feel like it kind of sums up for me like how the British public sees Marks and Spencer and like what it sort of like let's just watch him. Let's just have a look.
I'll be real, I'm a Marks and Spencer's man now. There's no two ways about it. I'm a Marks and Spencer's man. Like, you see, when I go in Marks and Spencer's to grab a little shopping, I feel like a different man. I feel like a different member of society. I feel more prestige than when I go to certain other supermarkets. Before, I used to go to Marks and Spencer's to just grab one specific thing. Now I'm going Marks and Spencer's to grab bits and pieces. The grapes look like they've been handpicked by Jesus himself. What do you mean I'm getting ketchup in a glass bottle rather than... I used to think you had to take out a mortgage to shop at Marks and Spencer's. But you don't. You don't. You can still do a sensible shop at Marks and Spencer's. I'm with them lot now. I'm a Marks and Spencerite. Yeah, I'm a Marks and Spencerite now.
Love
There you
that.
go.
Thoughts?
That, yes, I think I have had these. You know what? The most common way I've had this thought is I think I've told you, where it's like you always think, boy, air travel sure is bad. I'm a grown up. I don't care what it costs. I'm flying the better class of travel. And then you go and look at it and you go,
that's a joke. Yeah.
I'm not fucking doing that.
Right.
And I think that is true of us with Publix. Publix is a generalized grocery store. It's not specific in the way that like Whole Foods or Erewhon is. It's meant for groceries. But going there, you will sometimes see some shit that's like, man, there's no way that Cheez-Its package is $14. Like, kiss my ass. Or the soda stuff gets crazy. If you're buying 12-pack of soda...
Oh, I know.
And if you pay full freight at Publix, you might pay $11.99 for a fridge pack of soda. And that's crazy if it's not on sale. So you have that same realization like, man, it's nicer in here. The lighting is better. It's quiet. The people are super friendly. It's not slammed to the gills with everybody.
Yeah.
It doesn't fucking stink like a Walmart or whatever, you know?
You know what stinks the most? I think places that are owned by, I want to say it's Safeway, stink.
The Safeway stickers.
In both in DC. I think Safeway, I'm going to check this. I think Safeway owns Albertsons. What owns Albertsons?
What's the stink down? What can you describe the smell?
I really can't. Yeah, it is Safeway. I think Giant in DC smelled the same, and I don't think Sainsbury's or Tesco or even Asda ever stank. But there is an American grocery store stink that Albertsons and Safeway and Vons have, where I'm like, what the fuck are you doing in here? Why does it smell like this?
It's got to be some part of the cleaning process. Are
they cleaning the floor with raw meat? Like, it's disgusting.
Yeah. Like, I think sometimes, you know how you have that sense of like, man, this is either some bad meat or good cheese?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, where you have to calibrate what your nose is smelling before you smell it, the context. Like I was at the gym the other day and I started sniffing. And I was like, it smells like the dentist in here. Somebody was, I guess, using like some of the like, I don't even know, like they were scrubbing a pad or something in the same way that, you know, these places have these, you know, sense is such a strong memory inducement.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
And when it stinks, you don't want to buy chicken.
You don't want to buy chicken when it stink,
No.
But no, you are right about the Marks and Spencer's thing. I wonder if Marks and Spencer's is gaining a little bit of market share as stuff gets more expensive everywhere. Yeah. I wonder if maybe people are being like, well, if it costs this much to go to Tesco, why not I just go to Marks and Spencer?
Right, yeah. No, because they are really like, I do think if we're looking at our tier list, right, Sainsbury's is still like, it's a nicer supermarket that you like the average Joe is still going to go to. They might have their like, oh, we've got sort of like slightly fancier like options here. But Marks and Spencer really like positions themselves as this is the place you're going because you're going to have a little treat and you're going to feel a little bit special because you're going to Marks and Spencer and we've got all our little picky bits. This is a big thing in relation to Marks and Spencer in particular, which I do feel like it's the sort of like it's definitely cousin of the meal deal, I would say.
Yeah.
Who has had a better life, has more privilege, I'm going to go into Marks, we're going to have a picnic today. So it's time for Marks and Spencer picky bits. We're going to get the tiny little fancy sausage rolls. We're going to get some little pasta salads. I'm not going to have to cook any of this stuff. We're just going to open up our little packets, put it out on a blanket. And this is quite the life. I'm feeling like I'm like that guy said. I'm like, I've improved in my level of society because I'm shopping at Marks and Spencer. That's really what they're trying to sell, I think.
Kind of like a posh Iceland in that way, where it's like the pitch is you don't have to cook, but it's you don't have to cook brackets because you're posh, not you don't have to cook brackets because you don't have time because you've got 2 jobs or whatever.
Right.
I would never in my life say picky bits.
Yeah, I feel like that feels like an element of British culture that I think is part of the reason that you left to me. Because I feel like because of the way it feels so disconnected from your just like fundamental personality, where I do feel like so many people in the UK will just accept that we're going to talk about picky bits and this is just going to be a normal thing we're not going to question is the notion of picky bits and just the way we're going to talk about them, you know?
Yeah, I guess. And that's probably a fine reason to move to a really shitty country.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Okay, can we talk about our Marks and Spencers?
Oh yeah, we should absolutely do that.
Because the one in Banbury, right? The one that was there when I was growing up, right? Was in between the old shopping centre, which was called, don't remember, and the new one that they built when I was about 10, it was called Castle Quay. And Castle Quay was the posh new part that had, you know, H&M eventually, Topshop. It had Dorothy Perkins. It had HMV. And the old one, which was from the 70s, and that had like just some... What was that place that wasn't the Body Shop, but it was shit? Are you...
What's happening here?
What are you doing?
Jessie is bored, I think.
No, her phone was creating interference on the line here for the microphones when she got a text. So I wanted to go ahead and move that out of the way. I heard a slight crackling, and I decided to jump into action.
Thank you, producer Jessie. I appreciate it.
The podcast pro. Thank you so much, Jessie. I thought you were saying that I was looking at my phone, which I was.
You were doing. To be clear, you were doing that.
But it made a noise, and noise mean I have to look at it.
That's right.
Of course.
Anyway, so you would walk through the Marks and Spencers to go. You know, it was like a sort of central hub almost of the shopping centers, and it was shit.
Okay.
Because you had to walk through the clothes. You'd have to sort of diverge because it wasn't a food hall situation. It wasn't like the posh food hall where you go downstairs or it's like a hall thing. This was sort of pre-food hall.
Yep.
Where it did have the food stuff, but it was just next to the jeans and stuff. Specifically the jeans, my mum and I would often say if clothes looked shitty and cheap, we'd call them Marks and Spencer's jeans.
Ouch.
It is like they do because I was watching a lot of videos of people talking about their Marks and Spencers like
I saw that too. What the fuck?
A lot of people are like, here's the best stuff to go get at Marks and Spencer, right? Here's the new clothes. Here are like the fun trench coats and things. It is a lot of, and I can't really talk because this is basically how I dress as well. A lot of just like cheap basics that I guess are trying to sort of masquerade as like fancy and chic, right? And like a little bit sort of more upmarket, which it kind of reads as just like older person clothing to me. A lot of the time. It's a lot of like this is still the sort of place that you're gonna maybe start like caring about more when you hit 35. Yes.
Whereas the food, I think, is genuinely not exactly posh. You know, it's not Harrods, but it is actually nice. I would say Marks and Spencer's food is generally pretty fucking good.
We stopped shopping at Waitrose and then moved over to the Marks and Spencer's when they got the Waitrose is the big fan. There's the that's the poshest.
Well, here's the thing, Charlotte. Is I think kind of Marks and Spencer's might be Waitrose tier.
Okay, well, we're
They
gonna
might
get
be
to.
the-
We're gonna hold on a second.
Sorry,
we can't be saying stuff like this now.
Sorry.
That's crazy. I mean,
I just think that maybe the only argument that I will entertain for our tier list being wrong is maybe Marks and Spencer should be at the top.
Okay, well, I think,
Which I don't think, to be clear, but
I think what I was thinking about this because this is. We're finally coming back to talk about another supermarket for the first time.
Yeah.
We're going back to the stores. And I was like, I think the reason it was so easy for us to agree on the way that the tier list worked is not because that's the order of which is best or worst. It is basically just, here is the UK class system manifested as supermarkets. And that is what it is. I think.
yeah, 100, yeah.
Pretty much. Marks and Spencer's, they did for a long time just have their own stuff as well, right? Sort of like Trader Joe's, I think, does
you
a
couldn't
similar
get
thing.
Coke or Cadbury there or whatever.
You would get, they like, it took them a while to be like, maybe we should just be selling like Kellogg's and stuff. But that was part of going to Marks and Spencer is you're not going to go there to like get a Coke because you'd have to get the Marks and Spencer's Coca-Cola.
You have to find your whatever the equivalent of Aldi is, Iceland or
we actually do have Aldi big time.
Yeah, we do have that.
Lidl or Aldi?
Both, but we got Aldi. I just never went.
Is Lidl the right way, or is that the way you
It's
say
Lidl.
it? Because we would say Lidl.
We'd say Lidl.
All right.
Is it European? It must be.
I believe
Lidl,
it's European.
really.
Yeah,
They're brothers.
Oh, interesting.
They split off and did the same thing.
Right. And then the
Which
company.
is very European in and of itself.
Yes, and I think the company that owns Aldi in the US also owns Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that what Marks and Spencer is? If you took a super Target and jammed a Trader Joe's into it?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, look, the American grocery stores have their own American character.
Yeah.
So I did see one person trying to say or even pose the question, is Marks and Spencer's our Erewhon? And no, it's not, because only Erewhon is Erewhon. There's only a few of them. Even if they are expanding, I don't think it's ever going to be.
It's not a mainstream thing.
It's never going to be mainstream because
it's
a joke.
before they let it do that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a joke supermarket.
I don't think I know enough about American supermarkets to know if one exists where it's like what they are selling is like aspirational luxury, where it is like technically just sometimes a little bit nicer, but not actually necessarily the nicest.
That's Whole Foods
That's Whole Foods?
Amazon purchase, right?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Because pre-Amazon purchase, it was much more like maybe actually exclusive and originally like health food focused. They got all a bunch of stupid vitamins there and like shit that doesn't work. Whereas obviously it doesn't have like, the department store thing. Has there ever been an American department store that has a grocery arm like that?
Boy, they
kind of Target, I guess.
Target is probably the closest, but of course that you would
Target's more like Tesco.
That's more like a big box store almost than departmentized.
Yeah.
It is funny. I think it's something that just escapes the American consciousness. Like, I was explaining Canadian Tire to my mom, and she was like, "What?" Because
I didn't know your mum was British.
Yeah, no, she's from Essex.
You brought that up.
Yeah.
That would have been so relevant.
No, I thought we were just talking about grocery stores.
Jesse's mum, Shannon.
But Canadian Tire is a department store with like a hardware store grafted onto it.
Ooh.
And it's just it is an interesting place that has a ton of different stuff in it, and we don't have something quite like that. We're more specialized in a lot of ways, I think, than these catch-alls, which for better or worse does typify the American mindset, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because here's the thing: is like maybe Target is comparable in the sense that it has clothes and other stuff, but
it's not as nice.
I would never expect to get like nice Target own brand food. It would never be.
You're not a Good and Gather fan?
I'll buy. Look, to be clear, I'll buy Good and Gather.
Okay.
For like pasta or like basics
Stuff that doesn't matter.
But like Marks and Spencer.
I'll tell you what you can get at Target: Marks and Spencer food.
Yes. Okay. So at Target in the US, they started selling little bits of Marks and Spencer stuff. Mostly at Christmas, they have like Marks and Spencer's chockies and bickies and little, like light up biscuit tins and stuff. And
Did they make them worse for our market because our chocolate's not good here?
Great question. They don't. I don't know actually. I have to try the chockies at Christmas, but they do have Percy Pigs year round. And I would love to try some British Percy pigs to see if they're any different. I think they're the same, right, Charlotte?
I think they're the same as well.
I think they're the same.
Wasn't
And
They're made in
also,
fucking Germany anyway.
Oh, yeah.
yes, as we discovered in our Percy Pigs episode, just in case you're listening to the Marks and Spencer episode and being like, why the fuck are they not talking about Percy Pigs?
Yeah.
We already did a whole
We've done
episode
it.
about that.
We've done it.
They
We've done it,
skipped
guys.
37 episodes to
Yeah,
get to
yeah.
this one.
Come on, guys. And it's the same reason we're not talking about Colin the Caterpillar on this episode, because I do think Colin also probably deserves his own episode too.
I agree.
Colin the Caterpillar.
And you know
being-
what that means.
being a lovely cake.
Of course.
You've heard of Colin the Caterpillar, right? Surely.
I know Colin. Colin's a great guy.
To be clear, my main memory of Marks and Spencer as a child was feeling uncomfortable in their enormous like underwear and lingerie section.
Oh, that was Debenhams for us. When I
Yeah.
was like 13, we'd all start going and looking at the bras and underwear just as kind of like, it was just sort of obvious. It's like, all right, well, now we're all like teenagers going to the mall together. Let's go and look at the bras and underwear and say, I'm going to buy a phone. It's only £3. I'm going to buy a phone. So we didn't really do that. We never, ever, even as kids wandering around the mall looking at stuff that we wouldn't and couldn't buy, we would never really go into the Marks and Spencer's like department store stuff. We would maybe go and get the eclairs. Oh God, the eclairs are so good, Charlotte. The Marks and Spencer's eclair.
I would always get a big cookie from Marks and
interesting.
Spencer.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
I
quite
don't know
basic,
why.
Charlotte.
Boring.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm a basic bitch. The Marks and Spencer, I just thought this was interesting because my sister's always talking about how much she loves Marks and Spencer's underwear. Their website says that over 50% of UK women buy their bras from M&S, and 1 in 3, this is a quote from their website, 1 in 3 women in the UK wear M&S panties. So there you go.
They say panties?
It's gross that they said panties.
It says panties on their website. Yep.
Oh, wait. Are you on the Canadian version of the website or something?
No.
That's horrid.
Panties.
It's surprising, isn't it?
I hate that. I was saying this to Demi the other day, how much I hate when I hear British people in Britain sort of naturally using American words. Like if I see a guy on YouTube saying, oh, this is awesome, or like bro or something, I'm just like, stop. Use other words because you sound silly when you do that.
Say knickers like a normal person.
Right? Exactly. Yeah. Oh, outrageous.
That's interesting. I get that would be, I would think, like an order of magnitude more popular than any particular undergarment brand in the U.S. That's really
50% getting their bras at M&S is crazy.
Yes,
it's
it
not
is.
as if
It
they
is a
have.
lot.
It's not like a full-fledged, like they don't have fitters there and all that kind of stuff. This is like a
Totally do.
grab and
I believe
go
they
type of
do.
thing.
They do have fitters. Yeah.
They're next to the like Coke and the pasta salads and stuff.
Toss it in the paper bag.
I'm just gonna grab a bar. I'm gonna look it up. M&S bra fitting.
because really,
No,
if you've never-
it is a thing, Libby. Don't
I,
worry.
and I will say this to all
I've
the
never done it,
ladies,
so.
all the ladies listening, you do need to be fitted. I know you think you don't, but you can absolutely get this type of stuff wrong. And it's not just about the band size, okay? The cup size is up for debate as well. And there's a lot of crossover between brands, and everybody's body is different.
Yeah.
But I would definitely suggest going and get a professional measurement.
Thank you, Jesse.
Jesse only knows big-titted women who don't need to just grab a butt bralette and then be like, "Yeah, I'm sorted."
Well, ladies, we can be comfortable too, though. I mean, that's the other thing. Is sometimes it's fun to just throw on a tank top and get them out of there. But
Whenever I've done the measuring, it's been so obviously not the bra size that I should wear, which is an argument of going to a fitter, because then she would know, oh, right, according to the very basic measurement, it says that you're like a D cup or something, and I'm not let me tell you.
Be
Your
proud
list
of
of God's ears,
your
sweetie.
letter. If they're saying you're a G, just be like, well,
Well,
Okay.
I think I would go to a fitter and she would be like, I understand why the numbers are saying you're a D. It's because your tits are so fucking weird and misshapen, wide set. It's because you've got wide set titties, and that will come out looking like you're a D. But obviously you're not. I'm looking at you right now, and I'm telling you, you're a C at best, my love. And then she would give me something that cost $50, and I wouldn't want to wear because I would just wear my shitty bralettes from American
I would
Eagle.
say 50. You are underselling it.
Yeah, no, you're right.
That kind of speaks. I mean, I hate to say it, but that almost you've just dobbed yourself in as the shitty bra wearer.
I've got 2 nice bras from Third Love, and I never wear them because it's uncomfortable. I
Yeah,
just wear a
they
bralette 'cause I
are
don't-
really uncomfortable.
That's what I've
When they're
heard.
trying to push everything in the right place, you're just like, oh, God.
Don't push them. And here's the thing: is like now I know I'm getting old, and I think I have to start considering the effects of time and gravity
Right.
Mm-hmm.
on all my shit.
Yeah.
And I probably should be strapping them up, but can't be asked.
You think it's underwire time?
Oh no.
That's really why
I
we're
just
doing this
wear-
episode, Libby, is to tell you. Yeah,
It's
it's
for
kind of
me to
underwire
mention.
time.
I'm glad you got to it in your own way.
Can I just do sports bras?
No.
There's one other thing I wanted to bring up about Marks and Spencer.
Oh yeah.
Because I was like, okay, this feels important. They became the first British supermarket chain to sell packaged sandwiches. The birth of the meal deal happened at Marks and
Whoa.
Spencer. Isn't that crazy?
I did used to go crazy on a Marks and Spencer sandwich when we were at the shopping centre. Get dropped off at the car park, wander around, meet your friends at HMV, then go maybe to Marks and Spencer, get a chicken and bacon sarnie or maybe tuna sweet corn. That was maybe later. Earlier on, it was the Boots meal deal for us.
Oh God, yeah. I've
Boots
done a
meal
few. I kind of have forgotten about Boots.
I know,
honestly.
right? We got to do Boots. Boots is a pharmacy that for some reason also has like sandwiches and stuff.
Okay.
But it's not like, because like at CVS, they would have just some absolutely. He burp.
I burp.
He copied
feeling
me.
okay?
I did it first.
I am so nervous to be asked if I know what Boots is. And I don't.
Don't worry about it. I'll just explain it.
Is it kind of like because in America we romanticize, some would even say to an unhealthy jingoistic degree, the soda jerk, where the pharmacies have settle down now. The pharmacy would have like the counter of like Willy Wonka style, like candies and treats and ice cream and sodas and stuff
no,
like
we
that.
don't. I don't know anything about that. I mean, look, tell you what they do have at the old pharmacies in the UK, not Boots, but old pharmacies, like the one where I used to go when I was little, and Mum would get the prescriptions, and I would get the bottle of yellow medicine. What was the yellow medicine for? I'll never know.
Oh,
Chupa Chups.
Oh, little suckers.
Yeah.
Chupa?
Lollies.
Chupa Chups. Yeah, lollies. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Which is, I think, the closest thing to what you're describing. But I don't think we do have that sort of like transitional thing between all healthcare was doled out by an apothecary to modern pharmacies where it was like, there's the soda fountains or whatever. And it's like, I'm going to pull myself.
I'll be
Pull
pulling
myself.
myself.
Actually, what it was I'm going to get a soda so that I don't pull myself, is what they were doing in the early 20th
that is
century.
true.
Cornflakes, famously.
Cornflakes, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah.
Go to the
I'm-
logo, yes.
I'm having a Mandela effect moment.
Uh-huh.
Hashtag. I've always called them Chubba Chups.
Chupa Chups?
That's not right. And to see that they're called, to hear you say
Chupa
Chupa
Chups.
Chups, I was like,
Chupa
what
Chups.
the fuck is a Chupa Chup?
You know,
Libby's got Chubba Chup wrong. No.
I had this moment just the other day when we drove past that restaurant that was called Noodle House. I always thought it was Noople House. The damnedest thing. What do you mean? They serve nooples there, right? But
Free the noople, I say. Do you want to rank Marks and Spencer's so that we can...
We've got Libby's game. I'm just excited about
got
Libby's
Libby's
little
game.
game. So we've got to rank Marks and Spencer on our British supermarket themed tier list, right? With S being Waitrose tier, A Marks and Spencer, B Sainsbury's, C Tesco, D Morrison's, E Asda, and F Iceland. Libby, you've already hinted that you want to put Marks and Spencer in Waitrose. Are you still believing in this nonsense?
Yeah, look, is this partially out of a desire to be a nasty little troll? Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I think Marks and Spencer's is Waitrose too. I'm really sorry to say. I think it's I have to go back.
Big burp coming.
Yeah, it's Waitrose too. It's really, really good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, they do make Percy Pigs. They do make the Colin the Caterpillar cake. They have a lot of good stuff. I mean, obviously, Jesse, what you know about Marks and Spencer, I think, is what you've learned today by us talking about it. But all the same, where would you place it?
I think that what the gentleman in that video was talking about a little bit is, it is very interesting. It's also sort of pernicious and shameful, I think, as well, how we are conditioned by our environment to constantly be thinking about our status in society, and how our consumptive choices reflect that to ourselves and others.
Skill issue.
And I think... Yeah, you'd never ruminate. You wouldn't ruminate on anything, would you, Libby?
I wouldn't be ruminating at all. No, that's for cows.
That's what the leg shaking is for.
Oh, right.
And so it feels crass to say something like attainable, achievable luxury for the common person is like a nice thing to feel.
Yeah.
But it is. It's like, I don't know. It's like, it feels indulgent to indulge, and to have something that feels nice rather than constantly scratching for like the bottom dollar, the lowest common denominator of something. Like, what's the least I can get by with? Like, to this point, sorry for rambling, but I just saw this today. The thing came out, there was a report about the Department of War, and their spending on
Lobster.
all of the lobster tails, and flower basket stands.
Yes,
and
ice cream.
Ice cream machines and all this type of stuff. And I'm never going to say that's good, because fuck the army, and fuck what they're doing, especially. But of course it brings to mind when people say the stuff about food stamps and what they should pay for and whatever, right? Like, we're combing through this, like, what is essential and what is non-essential? And it's like, well, do you want poor people to eat like gray goop, like nutritional paste or whatever?
Bread and roses.
And
That's what Bread and Roses is about.
Yeah. And it's like, do I think soldiers should do that? Probably. But like, that is like the distinction that I think about all the time. And like, what is allowed for me to have as a person, versus what do I innately need to survive only? So in that sense, stuff like Erewhon is a joke. From what I can tell, Sainsbury's is for a different class of person, or at least someone who has a different relationship with spending than I do. Lord knows I spend enough between Walmart, Publix, Kroger, Aldi, and Costco, which, those all put a big dent in my monthly budget.
Quite so.
But when you go to a place and you feel like a little gay French guy, you have your little brown paper bag with the baguette sticking out, and the carrots have a bunch of the roughage on top.
Yep, that you just are going to throw away as soon as you get home. You're not making carrot top pesto.
Throw it in the fucking garbage.
Yeah.
And you're, like he was saying, like, something comes in a glass bottle instead of the plastic. You eat it off of a real plate. It feels kind of good to be like an adult human being in that way. So I would agree with Libby, and I would say that Marks and Spencer's, for allowing some of the everyman to enjoy an everyday luxury.
Yes.
They belong in the Sainsbury's tier.
Waitrose.
Yeah. They all sound the same to me. I'm sorry.
And I, of course, am going to put Marks and Spencer in Sainsbury's, because I don't know. I think it's kind of, they have some nice stuff, but I don't know. The fact that it's like, oh, we look at our fancy rosemary covered potatoes. I'm like, yeah, it's good, but you don't have to be sort of like so weird about it. Yeah, the whole thing is a bit twatty. It just is. Like, even if the food is good,
but I'm a twat. So what can I do about it?
You know, I'm still gonna shop there. I think I'm gonna sort of like, I'm gonna be aware of the fact that they're trying to make me feel fancy, and I'm gonna sort of resent them for it. I think a lot of the time, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, okay, you're trying to make me feel that, but I also know that like maybe I could go somewhere else that would have something more expensive, would probably last me a little bit longer than your underwear. That's kind of, I mean, I haven't been to Marks and Spencer's in a while, is the truth. Also, I have to note the fact that I really like the fact that Jesse, despite not growing up in the UK, you did say Marks and Spencer's there.
I've heard you guys say it, so now I just think that's what it is.
And I really do want somebody to comb through this episode and give us a little graph of how often we said Spencer's versus Spencer, because it's just so interchangeable at this point. I like it, but I can't allow myself to like it that much. You know.
So, not to put you on the spot, but am I hearing that you are not wearing Marks and Spencer's panties? Is that what I'm to understand from this disclosure?
If you can believe it, I have to buy my particular underwear from a very specific site on Etsy that caters to people with my particular
Etsy underwear
tackle. Yes, exactly.
That is really interesting. I would like to know more about that in a respectful way.
Shout out to I forget the name of the company, unfortunately, but bitch needs a gaff. Bitch needs a gaff. So there we are.
They don't have like a storefront, like a website, or they're not in a grocery store.
I don't think they do have a storefront. I forgot the name of the place I get my stuff from, but yeah.
That's really interesting.
There you go.
The more you know. Make this your fucking clip.
I think that 5-second thing should be the real. Say go listen.
Just that.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Yeah.
Thanks. All right. Should we play a game, Libby?
Yeah. Okay. So I've decided what I want to do for the game is I've deleted the video and I'm going to just tell you when to play the video, if that's all right.
Okay.
If you can go ahead and share my screen.
You all right? Am I playing the video? No.
I'll tell you when to play the video.
My ass hurts from the chair.
Right.
I know the chair is awful. You should have had the gaming chair.
It hurts my ass.
Yeah, it's a really one of the worst chairs. This is a game I'm calling it Eats and Supper.
Perfect.
Eats and Supper.
Meant to sound like Marks and Spencer, but it's...
Oh, yeah, and I got that as well.
I understood that.
If you called it Eats and Suppers, then I would have gotten it.
That's right. Jesse, you're throwing a dinner party for all of Prince Andrew's guards, who reportedly called him cunt.
Just called, do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
It was called the cunt.
So his guards just call him the cunt.
Of course.
Can you put my thing on, please?
Yeah, sorry.
No, that's fine. I've put you in an impossible position. Who reportedly called him cunt.
Right.
And his Waitrose delivery drivers, who drew straws over who had to deliver to him. And this is a quote from the Eastern Daily Press. It's understood that drivers at Waitrose are usually assigned routes based on their shift pattern and tend to be sent along the same routes regularly, but a source has now claimed that the firm's delivery drivers have been reluctant to take on the Sandringham job. They said the team has been pulling straws to decide who has to go and deliver Waitrose groceries to Prince Andrew, who is a nonce.
Mm-hmm.
Now remember that these people will be hungry and pissed off, plus you're going to want to put Marks & Spencer's best foot forward when we're dealing with Waitrose men, aka wait blokes. Let's start with, we're going to pick an appetizer, aka a starter, from these three foods that I've shown you from the Marks & Spencer's website. And this is from their ready meals / dine-in range of prepared foods that you heat up at home.
We didn't really even talk about the fact that I think Marks & Spencer's food is like so prevalent when it comes to the pre-prepared stuff. Like that is a big part of like the UK shopping like experience, but
ready meals.
The ready meal in Marks & Spencer, I feel like you're going for that before you're going for like ingredients to make something yourself.
So you mean not like refrigerated prepackaged meals? You're talking about like there's a cold bar that you go, they like.
No. We're talking about the prepackaged.
The prepackaged,
But we think that's posh.
Okay.
Because we're stupid.
That does seem stupid, yeah.
Okay. Chinese starter selection, which is vegetable money bags. I don't think they used to be called money bags. I think they used to be called something else. Veggie spring rolls and mini prawn toasts. 2 prawn cocktail cups paired with a luxurious brandy-infused Marie Rose sauce and a sprinkle of parsley, or British baking brie, which is so fun to say. Soft creamy cheese and a ceramic pot for easy baking with hot Argentinian honey. Apparently British bees, not good enough for Marks and Sparks.
Marks and Sparks. Wow, you get to keep the pot?
You get to keep the pot. Oh, we had so many. Okay, this is unlocked a memory. We used to get a lot of these little chocolate puddings in the American sense, sort of goos, from Sainsbury's mostly, and the brand name was actually Goo, G and then U with a normal out, and they came in these little glass pots, and we bought them so often, and we just had like so many fucking glass pots in our cupboards. For,
I had exactly the same experience, Libby. We had so many of those little glass ramekins in our house.
So good. I wonder if they
so
still
many
do
fucking goos.
They're so good.
I had that experience at Costco. They did a very limited, I'm sure it was limited because all of this crap is, no one cares about it anymore, but the Dubai chocolate.
Yep.
They had like a pudding cup or whatever, and those were all glass containers. And my wife was like, "Keep those."
Yeah, I'm a big keep the glass jar thing. And Lewis is always saying like, okay, but we can't keep them all.
Use it. Hey, use it once, bitch. Use it once. We'll keep it. I'll go buy some more. Use it. Have you used it?
Yeah, I'll use it.
I will use it.
Yeah, I'll use it. I'll use it. Jesse, what are you picking to serve Prince Andrew's beleaguered staff?
This is interesting because I feel like I don't know a lot about him other than he's a nonce. Other than that, seems like a great guy. But it could be that like most of the moneyed elite, he is quite racist, and so he sees Chinese starter collection, he says no thanks, and maybe he sees Argentinian honey and says no thanks. And goes with what to me is one of the grossest things that could be pre-prepared, which is the prawn cocktail.
Yeah, really, really nasty.
That's crazy.
Just to be clear about the game, you're not feeding Prince Andrew.
Okay.
You're feeding his staff, who we like.
Oh, they're cool.
Because they think he's a cunt.
Oh, right. Understood. In that case, I would go with the brie because that sounds...
Looks
it looks
good.
Really, really good.
It's really ooey gooey. Yeah. No, this is proper stuff.
Is the baked brie the best way to have brie? I think it is, right?
I guess so. I'm not really all that big on brie.
No, I'm not either, but I like this deployment of it.
Sure, yeah. Hot gooey cheese.
Hot gooey
yum,
cheese.
Yum,
It's
yum.
hard to go wrong.
Okay. Charlotte, you want to pick one?
No, I think this is just Jesse's thing, right?
Great, awesome. Entree, aka main.
Whereas mains is actually what you call electricity.
Wow, he's done it.
Totally different.
He's got it.
Totally different.
Honorary Brit of the Week, Jesse Farrar.
2 chicken Kiev, 2 succulent chicken breasts are stuffed with wild garlic butter and coated in golden sourdough breadcrumbs for a crispy finish.
Okay.
Mushroom stroganoff pie filled with sautéed mushrooms, leeks, and potatoes in a creamy paprika sauce, all encased in handcrafted all-butter puff pastry for a golden, flaky finish. And then nutrient-dense katsu chicken.
That's a bad name.
Succulent British chicken breast with a vibrant mix of cauliflower spinach, butternut squash, edamame soybeans, and quinoa. And I would like to point out that the quote-unquote katsu chicken is not fried. It is just some chicken breast chunks in sauce.
Yeah, but it is nutrient dense, which obviously is so tantalizing, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That looks like an airplane meal to me.
It does and is, basically.
Yeah.
And this is sort of the joke one that I put in.
Oh, I see. Honestly, it's sometimes hard to tell with British food. No offense.
Bitch.
What's interesting to me is I don't know that I probably wouldn't identify that chicken as chicken Kiev because one of my wife's most loved lazy night meals is an inspiration she took from when we were in college and we would go to, I forget the name of the place. It wasn't the proper cafeteria. It was like some guy who was like set up in one of the buildings. It was called like, I don't know, like Joe's or something. And he would do a few things. And one of them was a chicken breast filled with like broccoli and cheese or whatever the fuck.
Broccoli?
I think it's broccoli. I forget what it is.
It's green in the picture, and then it's stuffed with wild garlic butter. I guess the wild garlic makes it green.
Wild garlic is green. It could also be parsley or basil or something.
But she loves that, and she'll make it when she doesn't feel like doing anything else. And I put some Japanese barbecue sauce on it with some rice. And it's actually pretty good.
That sounds great.
For a quick meal. So I would say, I think the chicken Kiev, even though it may not be nutrient dense, would be my choice.
Yeah. I also want to eat it. Side, aka side.
Right.
Chunky chips. Vegan-friendly chunky chips are coated in a lightly seasoned batter for a satisfying crunch. Cauliflower cheese and Marmite. The veggie florets are covered in a sumptuous, extra mature cheddar cheese sauce and crowned with a crispy, savory breadcrumb.
Get that one on the t-shirt.
Andrew, huh?
Oh, no,
Good lord.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's terrible. I don't think you want to be coming bread.
Oh dear, it smells so yeasty, my cup. Ooh.
I would rather have it not on cauliflower, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. And
If
then
you're going to shoot on something.
Yeah. Just a tissue probably is fine.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Bargy battered fries made from skin-on, chunky potato chips coated in masala spiced chickpea flour. Every bite is crunchy and flavorsome.
This is an honestly no contest for me. The Indian takeaway by M&S, Bhaji, which I've never heard of, battered fries sounds so good to me. Even though I will say, I'm not enamored with the idea of trying to cook crispy chips for anyone, much less in a huge batch for a lot of people.
Sure.
At home.
Sure.
Or even if I do have the luxury of Prince Andrew's kitchen, I'm concerned that it's going to come out like I expect, but
Soggy.
A bit soggy chips.
Bit soggy.
Yeah.
I don't like soggy chips.
But if I'm going to get soggy chips, I might as well have some masala and stuff on there. So
Yeah, I bet
Yeah.
those are fucking good.
they're probably good.
Yeah.
At
It's kind of a combination of two of my favorite things, which is just Indian food and potatoes.
Potatoes are so good.
Honestly,
Onion
it
bars are
looks so
fucking
fucking good.
Yeah.
Also, you have to have the ketchup with the chunky chips or the vinegar. Whereas with these,
I bet you have them just by
I
themselves.
bet you
yeah.
just have them by themselves.
Oh,
bit-
yeah.
A bit like tzatziki or something. We're really good with that.
That
Anyway,
would be fun.
final thing. Dessert, aka pudding. What are you having
That's
for your
what we call
pudding,
it.
Jesse? We've got,
The pudding thing's so funny to me.
yeah, we're crazy. Something called Eve's Puddings, which I hadn't heard of until I saw this on the M&S website. And it's basically, well, I'll see what, I'll read it here. It says, Eve's Puddings combine tangy Bramley apples with a buttery sponge smothered in a creamy vanilla custard. Molten cookie
It
dough.
says cumstead.
No, it doesn't.
and
It doesn't say
Libby
cumstead.
didn't read it right.
It doesn't say. Why would it say that? Why would it say that, Charlotte? It doesn't make any sense. Why would it say that? That's not even a word. Molten cookie dough by Tom. This ready-to-bake cookie dough is studded with Belgian dark and white chocolate chunks, ensuring a gooey molten center. I do like that it says ensuring. It's not cum. I do like that it says ensuring, as if you might be like worried, like, oh, is it going to be gooey? I'm worried about that.
I don't know if I can do it.
I don't know if I can have it. And then finally, Dippy Egg Cookie Cup, a chewy milk chocolate chip cookie filled with white chocolate cheesecake, topped with zesty mango and passion fruit compote, and served with an all-butter shortbread biscuit. That is a all-in-one product, which is fascinating to me.
That's
Who
gotta be
is
expensive.
Tom?
I believe he's a guy who fucks Jesse.
Well.
Well, he does make a damn fine cookie, Anything
It does.
for those cookies, am I right?
These all three seem like winners to me, but, I have a bit of a sweet tooth, even if I can't indulge on this trip for whatever insane reason.
Demi wouldn't let him get dessert.
But...
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Charlotte, you should have been here.
And I'm telling this story accurately and with no edits. Demi wouldn't let him get dessert.
Okay.
That I didn't deserve it. So...
Well, I was thinking it's about time for you to get the underwire, Jesse. Sorry. Ugh, it's okay. I'll tell you my weight after we're done recording. Let's pay back for that.
No. Let's none of us say what we weigh, please. So this is getting suspicious to the point of almost as if I'm warding off interested listeners. I am married. I do have a wife, and I would have to choose the Dippy Egg Cookie Cup, not because she would like it better, because she wouldn't. She would prefer the molten cookie dough by Tom. But she grew up eating a fried egg in a particular way that her grandmother always told her was dippy eggs, so she could dip her toast in the yolk.
Soldiers, egg and soldiers.
Yes.
And when she would, when we would go out for breakfast somewhere when we were kids, she would, the lady at Waffle House would be like, so how do you want your eggs? Over easy, over hard, whatever. And she would, for a time, ask for dippy eggs. And it's a cute memory that I love to share with her. So don't DM me asking me if I'm single. I'm not. But I would like the Dippy Egg Cookie Cup for those guys. I mean, fruit compote sounds great.
Yeah, absolutely. It reminds me of your favorite dessert, the pie caken, because you've got cookie and you've got cheesecake and
the biscuits inside the motherfucker.
And you're dipping the biscuit inside that motherfucker and it's going crazy in there. It's stirring it all around.
So much of this stuff has looked really, really good.
I know. I mean, look, dessert, my favorite thing. Dessert, my slime. And I want any of these. I did find an original 1824 recipe for Eve's pudding, which involves grated suet and grated bread.
Suet. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's what you feed birds.
I would not have that, but that's good for everyone else.
Birds.
Very
well done, Jesse. Thanks for playing. Unfortunately, the men killed you.
Right.
Oh, well, it makes sense, doesn't it?
I passed away.
Oh, well, but that's just sort of a fun little dream. An imaginary world that Libby
We're back
concocted.
here safe, right? Where everything's okay?
Yeah, we're back in the real world now, where we're just doing a podcast, and you guys are in Vancouver, and you're going to do something fun together, and I'm going to be sad if you do send a picture, because I'll think, man, it would be nice to be hanging out, and then also sad if you don't think to send a picture, because then I'll think, well, I'm not even in the thoughts. So it's either way, it's all good. Jesse, do you want to say stuff that you do and tell people about it?
Yes, please. Well, look, we've got a limited run of live in-person Vancouver streams that we're doing now, which presumably by the time this is out, you will have missed. But
Yes, sir.
I'm certain we will continue streaming remotely for as long as international relations make it possible. So please check us out, twitch.tv/GoOffKings. We do not play games. So if that's a hurdle for you, consider it wiped out. Also, we do a Patreon as well, which is the currency of the time. Patreon.com/Your Kickstarter Sucks is my podcast with my friend Mike Hale. And we talk about Kickstarters once in a while, but for the most part, it's just a bunch of goofy craziness like this right here. So, Fararch was in March, or is in March, depending on when you're listening to this. And the theme is some kind of monster. So we're taking a look at some maybe... what's the word? Not unusual, but monsters you wouldn't expect.
It's a sideways take on monsters.
It's a sideways. It's our view is somewhat askance on the monster, but it's a lot of fun.
I love it. And then do check out in the back catalog of YKS. You got me and Libby on to talk about Old a while ago.
Oh yeah,
that's right.
I was there to talk about Pacific Rim Uprising, which I was thinking about because last night I watched the 1998 Godzilla. The American one. Mm-hmm. It's really bad, but I had a fucking great time watching it. Yeah. Anyway, that's the end of the podcast. If you want to follow us, we're What's All This Pod on Blue Sky and on Instagram. We have a Patreon, of course, ourselves, doing the bonus episodes every Thursday, the finest episodes. That's patreon.com/What's All This Then. And if you want to send us an email, if you got an idea for a British thought, or you want to send us naked pictures, then you can do that. If you want to, I'm not going to go back on that. Let's just see what happens. What's all this post at gmail.com. Thank you for listening, everybody.
That's where you can send your panties, by the way. If you
want. No.
Knickers. We will only accept knickers. Thank you very much. All right, that's it. Bye.
And only if they're stinky.
What's all this then? What's all this then? What's Mr. B? What's a cup of tea?